Hi, welcome to the show. My name is Landon Turner, and you're watching History Buffs. Today, we'll be focusing on the 1930s, specifically the stock market crash, the Great Depression, appeasement, the breakout of war, the New Deal, and the rise of dictators. We'll start with the stock market crash and the Great Depression when we get back from commercial break. Alright, folks, welcome back to History Buffs. Now we're going to get into the stock market crash and how that led to the Great Depression. Now, if you didn't already know, the 1920s, also known as the Roaring Twenties, were a glorious time for the United States. Business was booming and the stock market had looked as good as it's ever looked. However, one day in 1929, the New York Exchange saw 16 million trades in just a single day, and in turn, billions and billions of dollars were lost, leaving many Americans broke, homeless, and unemployed. Now, at this time, America is just in a frenzy. We are at our lowest of lows. We are in the trenches. What does President Roosevelt do? Well, he did what any good president would do. He tries to fix it. He introduces the New Deal program, a program that was supposed to provide welfare for the poor and help people get job opportunities. Now, did this program work? Yes, it worked out, but only for a few. It only worked out for a few 100,000 people, but it needed to work. We needed it to work for the entire country, and it just wasn't enough. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll get into appeasement and the rise of dictators. You're watching History Buffs.
All right, folks, welcome back to History Buffs.
Dictatorship and appeasement now. Now, during World War II, countries were facing political and economical issues, which allowed for dictatorship in Germany and Italy, Russia, and Japan. Dictators like Hitler and Mussolini, just to name a few, were rising to power and turning their countries into dictatorships, using their power to damage other countries during the war. Which brings me to our next topic, appeasement. Now, what is appeasement? History.com tells us that appeasement was the policy of making concessions to dictatorial powers, in order to avoid conflict, governing Anglo-French foreign policy during the 1930s. Okay, that's the definition of appeasement. Now, British Prime Minister, I hope I don't mess up his name, Neville Chamberlain, introduced appeasement, hoping to avoid war. This would allow Hitler to expand his empire without force from Britain. However, it didn't go quite that way for the British. This move is commonly known as the policy of weakness. How about we get into how World War II started? Now, how World War II started is actually very simple. On September 1st, 1939, Hitler and the Germans invaded Poland, and 48 hours later, Poland's allies, Britain and France, declared war on Germany, sparking World War II. And it's just as simple as that, folks. Alright, I'm Landon Turner. Thanks for watching History Buffs. We'll be back in the next episode.